Hi, Amber. Welcome back. It's great to see you as always.
Thanks. It's good to see you too. I gotta say, I'm there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot happening. So I don't know. I think I was looking forward to the session, but I was also a little bit like dreading the session. Who knows what we're gonna uncover in here today?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here then. If there's a lot to cover, then you're definitely in the right place. We'll definitely be jumping in. So I know that when we first started meeting, we talked about looking at the measures that you've been filling out, and I have your measure. Thank you so much for filling that out. And as always, I thought we could start with our little check-in and take a peek at that, and then use that as a jumping off point for getting into all of the other things that are going to be important to talk about today. Would that be all right with you?
Yeah, that'll be good. And you know what? Like the more we've been doing this, I've started to vibe with it. Like, when I
Yeah.
first came in right out the gate, I was like, no, there's too much going on. There's a lot I need to talk to you about. But I see what's happening here in terms of what you're putting down. I think it would be good to just go into the measure.
I've got a couple of the items just put up here for us to see on our shared screen here. And, I wanted to kind of point out something. There's something that I'm feeling a little bit curious about. And of course,
Oh,
I want to
okay.
hear your thoughts about it too. But I am noticing questions 2 and 4 here. So they're both different questions, but I am noticing that they have kind of similar themes. And the answers are have me feeling a little bit curious, like something interesting is happening here. So for number 2, even though I may still have problems, I value myself as a person of worth. That one you rated a 4, strongly agree, which is a fantastic. That's an amazing strength that we can definitely dig in on as we go forward. But when I jump to number 4, which asks about feeling good about myself, your response there was a 1, which is disagree. And as I was considering that before our visit today, I'm thinking like those kind of look a little different. So I'm just curious, what are your thoughts about that? Are you understanding that the same way I am? Or am I missing something? Help me understand what's going on with those two.
Yeah, no, and I think this actually probably has something to do with what I was saying, like when we first started our meeting, where I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot going on. I feel like I'm kind of dreading things. But like when we first started working together, I was saying to you, I just feel like everything feels awful. Like when I thought about being depressed, I just didn't even know really where to start. But I knew for sure that I was feeling like I don't even know if I don't think I would have said like I don't know if I'm worthwhile as a person. I think I say that now because I've got a little bit more language around it as we've been working together. But I think I was like really questioning that. Like I was really trying to make sense of like who I was and what that looked like. But I think the more we've been talking and I've been adjusting now to all my different identities, like I'm momming, I'm wifing, I'm sistering, I'm daughtering, I'm, professoring, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I believe that I have value. And I think that that's something that is going to be independent of what my feelings are. But I don't know, like the last couple of weeks, I've just not been feeling like particularly good about myself. Like I know, like at the end of the day, like I have value, but like on a day-to-day basis, I don't know. I haven't been feeling good. I had this plan of like I was gonna do some more gardening and walking. I haven't been doing any of that. So I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking about when I was doing it. But is
Yeah.
that wrong, do you think? Or
No, no, and really there isn't any right or wrong. It's really great to hear your thoughts as you share a little bit more about how you're thinking about these. And I love hearing about how you're feeling like you're really understanding yourself in so many facets better after having, participated in this thus far, which is amazing. And again, I can't wait till we dig in more on this worth stuff. That was a fantastic sneak peek. But what I'm really hearing you say is you're really valuing yourself as a person. And there are just some things right now that you're just not feeling so great about where you are at with those specific things. Which is a really nice distinction to really make, right? Separating out you as a person from how you may be doing on some of the discrete aspects of lifing in all of those different areas. So that's really helpful. And, I'm wondering if, based on what you're sharing, if there are any particular parts of that that feel really important for us to be talking about right now, today, and if there are any parts of that that aren't represented on our bigger treatment plan. And that could be something that maybe we spend a little bit of time on today. Does that seem okay to you?
Yeah. Because you know what's really rude about this whole situation is that I thought for sure once I started figuring out like who I am as a person and having my self-worth that I was just not going to have these other things pop up where I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling good about myself, but now they're actually like two separate buckets of work, I think. And maybe the thing for us to start working on, like you remember how a couple weeks ago you were like, I don't know, Amber, should we start talking about just maybe some of the you didn't say perfectionism, you said it a lot better than that, but like, some of the expectations that you have about goals that you might set for yourself and giving yourself a little bit of space. Like, I really don't want to work on that, but maybe we should be working on that.
This could be really aligning with these bigger themes of, and I'll just use your word, the P word, perfectionism. We all
Mhm.
know it. We all love it. Love-hate relationship, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's time to really start looking at that and the kinds of expectations you have for yourself. And this it aligns perfectly with the CBT and the thought questioning that we'll be doing. And we were going to be working on that. Actually, we were going to be working on thought questioning maybe next time. But
Okay.
now that we're talking about this, I wonder if we should maybe bring that in today instead. Does that seem like
Okay.
a good plan? Kind of take it to the
Yeah.
next step with little thought questioning?
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea.